I'm reading the statement of His Excellency President William Ruto. Similarly, let me start by expressing my appreciation to President Salva Kiir for convening this virtual summit to enable us address urgent matters of the community. Similarly, I thank the summit members for finding time to participate in this virtual summit. This is a true testimony of our unity as a region. Your Excellency Chairperson and Excellencies, members of the summit, let me also use this moment to express my sincere appreciation to Your Excellencies for honoring the Republic of Kenya with your personal presence during the World Bank IDA Summit that Kenya hosted on the 29th of April this year, the Africa Fertilizer and Soil Health Summit that we hosted on 7th May, and the African Development Bank Group 2024 annual meetings that were convened last week. IDA 21 provided an opportunity for us to rally around an ambitious agenda of restructuring the global multilateral financing architecture with the sole aim of improving lives and creating new opportunities with the World Bank's International Development Association as the cornerstone for success. In similar breath, the African Development Bank annual meetings called for urgent reforms of the global financing architecture to bridge the financing gap, which is expected to widen as Africa's population grows. The outcomes of the IDA and the ADB meetings will address our critical financing needs in a more sustainable manner. I am therefore quite happy that as a community, we have been able to articulate common positions in these forums, and our voice is being heard unambiguously. Your Excellencies, another matter of the community that I wish to thank the members of the summit on is the leadership that we are collectively providing in the expansion of interlinked transport infrastructure in the rail, road, and multimodal transport sectors. For instance, the member countries being served by the Northern Corridor have renewed their commitment to jointly finance this key trade artery to support supply chain efficiency and the resultant reduction cost of doing business. On the other hand, Kenya, Uganda, and Tanzania have stepped up efforts to source for funding to operationalize various modes of transport through the shared Lake Victoria. These transnational trade corridors will catalyze the opening up of the productive sectors and link our hinterland communities to the international trade chains. Your Excellencies, on 8th of March this year, I reassigned Dr. Peter Mutuku Mathuki from the position of the Secretary General of the East African Community to be Kenya's ambassador to Moscow in Russia. In a similar note, I nominated Mrs. Veronica Mweni Duba to serve in the position of the remaining two-year term of Kenya. Today, the summit has brought a closure to this matter with this appointment. On behalf of the Republic of Kenya, I do assure Your Excellencies that going forward, we will continue to make the East African community a successful, responsive, and results-oriented community. Thank you, Your Excellencies. Asanteni sana.